Hello agus fáilte, is mise Màiri Nicleòid agus ha mi Èideann fáfar mór don cariche Mòd Ionadail Callum. A haring a charst pure a Charlow gus brenochaig Èideann farpisin Clàrsach na bliana seo. Nach eile mír fadioch cyn clein mi a hola dunne an an denégin mar gyn bíon awn agus nach éimin agan in tai acum hain agal. Hello and welcome. My name is Màiri Nicleòid and I'm doing a huge favour to your local mod chairman, Callum, who pulled the favourite sister card on me to judge this year's Clàrsach competitions. Isn't it wonderful that from the distant Isle of Lewis, I can hear everyone in Edinburgh, as if I was actually there, and I haven't even had to leave my own house. Ched mi a fór chuch gyn y fideoin, ja no 3 tuairsin. Ag amanin fa mi díroch I géisteach, uadanin ched mi a cheol, agus uadanin eile fa mi díroch a cuad. Mescochuig jallichte, gus luach a chur na rainiu. Hai cwtramach a fi a cwr luach colonig, chanawn y fain y sion mar a hai a cwad, ach y sion mar a hai a fwamnochig. Ha yn doi oproch a chlachgus tu gus do uain a chrwhochig, cwtramach, agus lesichi do chumis rwt sy'n bi a clwych an instrument jacket, ach chanye yn rwt cwtramach. Hwg mi are do chwyd ja clwychyd dyryn, efa istoche nach roch o forste noch, taich oche ein, gus yn stiwrig leis yn doi oproch achge, ach y ianion sin rein iad jo uain agus minochig gen fys achge. Is yn fwaim ymolyn a ha rwtigyn nach bechoriwt rief y cho reitiochig. Na diach einig gebraag gyn bi doi larger yng nghoni gad chwydiochig gus yn uaim ffyrfe sin lesochig, syr fo hokal bio le rön farsing je dynamics, yn cwmys fi y clwych lua farach gysleitoch, gyn checu sy'n bi agus tone crain y chien von craichen do choragen, chanye na hienian agat. Clach gyng honi na syringwyd je choragen, agus gian jo eim je fi y cwr coragen awn yn patranen, a ha y gianw kiel don aberst, girach mar a fi y tug yn aach I jarst, son anal y gol, nam bych tu y shain. Smeunig gyfelu y shain yn ffôn a ha yw clwych, agus chad cheid yw fata ciar. Paing ele 4 chwtromach. Cainig gyn glees yw na Clàrsach anaid. No borach cwtchigen a suring Èideann youth. Mas Clàri yw. I watched most of the videos 2 or 3 times. Sometimes I just listened, sometimes I looked at the music, and sometimes I just watched. Many different combinations to really appreciate your contributions. It is important to appreciate a performance not just for how it looks, but for how it sounds. The technique you use to create your sound is important and does develop your ability to play anything on your instrument, but it is not the only important factor. I took into consideration some players who were maybe less fortunate to have a tutor support to guide them with their technique, but nevertheless still made a good sound and interpretation of their piece. It is the overall sound that is something you should never compromise. Never forget that a really good, strong technique will always help you develop that perfect sound, free of buzzing, with a wide range of dynamics, the ability to play fast as well as slowly, without hesitations, and a well-rounded tone coming from your finger pads, not your nails. Always use as many fingers as you can and make good use of placing fingers in patterns which makes sense to the phrasing. Exactly like choosing the right place to breathe if you were singing. Imagine you are singing the tune you are playing and you won't go far wrong. Another very important point, remember to tune your harps or find someone who can do it for you before you record. Seo na torian. Here are the results. Ní na Coarpishin Clunne in Toshach. I'll announce the junior competitions first. Coarpish M06, the introductory Clàrsach competition. In third place is Sandy Brandt. In second place, Elsie Bell McCarvey. And in first place, we have Lindsay Thompson, who I just thought was very rhythmically polished. So well done to all of the competitors for the introductory class. This was a really, really enjoyable class actually. There was many entrants and it was quite difficult to choose the top 3. The next competition was M07, the elementary Clàrsach class. And we had a couple of entrants for this one. In second place was Elsie Kennedy. And in first place, we have Florrie Robinson. So well done to the 2 of them as well. M08 was our intermediate 1 class. And there was some really nice playing in this class actually. In third place, we have Charlotte Watts. In second place, Hazel Brandt. And in first place, and I really hope I'm saying your name right, Zorka Mitrovic. Apologies if I get that wrong. And I just thought that Zorka's performance was a really, really secure, the entire performance was really secure. It just felt like I just could sit back and listen. Then in class M09, we had intermediate 2. And in third place, we have Heidi Dunwoody. In second place, we have Ulla Seatal Crossy. Hope I'm saying that right. And in first place, we have Maria Monk. And it was just so polished. And then we have our final junior competition of the graded competitions, M10, which was the advanced grade 5+. And unfortunately, we only had 1 entrant. Such a shame, but our entry from Eliza Cormack was a little bit hesitant in places, but a good speed. She chose a really good speed and she's got a lot of potential. So keep going, Eliza, and I would love to hear you again in future. And then we also had a composition class. I love the composition competition. Something I used to do when I was younger as well. So I would encourage a lot more people to enter this competition because really you can do anything you want as long as you've written it. So for this competition, we just had the 1 entry, but it was a very, very good entry from Hazel Brandt. So Hazel's in first place. And I loved her Dance Dievel, Dance of the Devil. And actually it was very, very dance-like. So I really, really liked this one. And then finally, Exaneshna Coarpishin Innovich. So we come to our senior competitions. So there was an elementary competition, but we didn't have any entries for that. But the senior intermediate stroke advanced was entered by Barbara Brandt, who is the mum of all these other Brandt names you've heard so far. And Barbara played a lovely piece that I arranged actually. And I thought she played it really well. And so we've given Barbara the first place in S08, the senior intermediate stroke advanced. Nuair hice go bhí sein le féin taich gebi I bheile a clachcaigh a Clàrsach ná Amstramid eile féimi an gu I bhí mar an neoin as ollashiche gen tíis agus príomhachas a thort do rud san bí a suringút a chlóich an Amstramid aid. Sméinich go ré cúteacin eile in instrumentid, agus na bíhéad de féin wáh in uach goráist, chabhíh tú ro holaíte inis in bíchtú. Déan coganach go feichgolach, dé an taich a haid, gus cúr rí brí in Èideann, in gléis an san bíú a runachach sein agus astar. Sméineoch cúteoch mar a bhéchtú a sein in Èideann agus a cumach de Ionadail gus a bhí imimechaí mar sin, agus mar sin haid cútramach gunna dút in thóran a sein mar inar in toiseach, mus cúrú dat I bharach Sméinich mu mar a cheasas tú nó a thuas tú, or fétí seo buai a hort dogu, agus go jarabh downstreamid. Mar hai jaalichte van na bhaú clachte ríis. Ma haú clúich gitaar is dócha gan bíúar seán beachcachaig Joe Strap, gus an gitaar a chumal in áde seán a chlúich ats nach cúrú bachcaig do scafanan nó do graim. Hanna an rút I dálar seán a Clàrsach, me surin goed a hocal suas gus an féteach tú séú leis. Mar a hel, in nóir sin sméinich go feichgolach dé an cahir a bhelú is suie, agus mar a ha an Clàrsach na huie do bhealú, gus nach bíú go cainteach a caingolachuig do ghualnian, do scafanan, nó do graim, le bhí a réin do bhealú. Go bunateach bechórthút sméineochaig me dhéin seo mar chluchadar coiú, gun boi mar cheanadar is suas sias a hain. Fa mi a cétar seán cormach ma bíneas an gua agus taich, gun rá iad an bolaigh a chéile agus I farachcín córstal gan cúr I chéile. When it comes to singing with self-accompaniment, whether it's using the Clàrsach or another instrument, the voice must be the most prominent of the two and prioritized over anything you can play on your instrument. Imagine that your instrument is another person, and if they were to overpower you, you wouldn't be too happy now, would you? Carefully decide on your accompaniment to complement the song's meaning, the key in which you choose to sing, and its speed. Also think about how you would sing the song and mould your accompaniment to suit it that way around. So it's important to be able to sing the song as a solo first before adding anything on top of it. Think about how you'll stand or sit, as this can affect both your voice and of course your command of your instrument, if it's different to what you're used to. If you're playing guitar, you might want to consider a good strap to keep the guitar at the right height for you to play, while not restricting your lungs or back. Same goes for the Clàrsach. If you can raise its height so that maybe you could stand with it. If not, then definitely think carefully about what chair you sit on and how the Clàrsach is sitting in front of you so that you're definitely not restricting your shoulders, lungs or back by reaching in front of you. Essentially, you should think about this as a player anyway, let alone as a singer sitting down to sing. I was looking for good balances between vocal melodies and accompaniments, that they complemented each other and felt comfortable being put together. Va trí farpishinacking a tortestrach shine le fein taich. We had 3 competitions involving singing with self-accompaniment. Seo na Torian. Here are the results. First of all, we had M05, which is a singing with self-accompaniment competition not involving the Clàrsach. And here we only had 1 entry, I'm afraid to say, but it was a brilliant entry, one that was very true to the original rhythm of the traditional song. So I could tell that this competitor was able to sing the song as a solo. before even putting the guitar to it. So well done to Sav Cranley, and I really hope I'm saying your name correctly there. So that was M05. Then M11 was our junior singing with self-accompaniment for the Clàrsach. So in third place we have Ailey Smart, in second place Hazel Brandt, and then in first place with a very polished performance Maria Monk. So well done to all three of them. It was a shame we didn't have many more in that competition as well. And then finally the senior singing with self-accompaniment, which was for any instrument, not just the Clàrsach, that was S06. We had a lovely rendition of Cet Gerinoch Nambialn from Ian Gordon, and he was our only entry, which was such a shame, but thank you so much to Ian for submitting his video to us, showcasing his talents, and thank you so much to everybody else in this self-accompaniment category. I would definitely encourage more of you to take it up. If you sing and if you play an instrument, why not try the two together? What can go wrong? Just give it a go. But like I said, learn to sing the song first and then put something complementary in as your accompaniment on your instrument. Sometimes less is more. Kynation. Thank you so much for having me as your adjudicator, and it's been wonderful being part of Mòd Ionadail Ionadail Edinburgh. Tap alive Ula.